Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Last episode, we missed the playoffs, which is pretty bonkers if you think about it. I mean, this is probably the first time in many, many, many years we missed the playoffs entirely. If we look at the history of the Pirates of Pittsburgh, yeah, 2036 and now 2049 are the only times we missed the playoffs since 2028. And why did we miss the playoffs? Well, largely because we had a number 2 hitter that was hitting like number 2. You see what I did there? I'm going to let you bask in that for a moment and then we'll continue. Beautiful. Yeah, the days of Andres Avila being a good hitter just seem to be gone at this point. Which is a real shame. He is a 34-year-old catcher. He's got a lot of mileage on him. And, look, we're stuck with him for $28 million. There's nothing to be done about that. No one's going to buy him, take him from us. But there's a couple of things we have options for to at least make him useful this season. First things first, he could always get better. His contact is still a very respectable 72. So it's not out of the realm of possibility he could return to the offense he provided in 2047, for instance. But I don't think it's smart to bet on him being a useful player in that regard. We're definitely going to get a new DH. That might be Johnny Cerulli if we get a new left fielder. It might be Otis Wolf. It's going to be someone, though. The other interesting question is, do we bring back Bill Garay, and if so, for how much? We are playing with house money at this point with Bill Garay. Bill Garay has exactly 4 seasons of 150-plus games played, and 2 of them have come for the Pirates. I don't see a way that we could easily replace him. Like, I like Otis Wolf a lot, and I think he's going to be a good player. I am not remotely convinced that he is ready to take on a big role in the big leagues just yet. So lots of interesting decisions to make, and a lot will depend on who's available in free agency. We're still struggling with center field. That's maybe the most important area to make a big investment in if we can find a quality one. Because I'm going to be real with you. Oh, first things first, so I don't forget Otis Wolf, you are on the 40-man now. I don't want to lose him for nothing. You're developing okay, Mr. Herrera. I'm very curious to see how you continue to improve. Maybe I just trade Nate Sanders, like... Or maybe I'm just being too hard on him. Maybe I need to give him a chance to win the job in spring training. Because Nate stands out, is amazing defensively, and a garbage tier hitter, which is not ideal, obviously. This is definitely going to be a season of transition as we try to sort out what the Pirates look like in the future here. I think we're probably not in a position to be competing for the World Series unless everything breaks right. Which it could. It absolutely could. But in terms of raw talent, we've still got 2 superstars in Garay and Pozo. And we've got useful contributors like Joe, like Cerulli if he improves a bit, like Daly. Daly's going to be an interesting decision here in the near future, which is how much do we pay him? Do we deal with arbitration yet? We did. Lemaster wants like 10 million, and that ain't gonna happen. I'm not spending that much money for a reliever. And Ben Robinson may go off on his merry way. So, what would we like to upgrade this season? I'd really like a better center fielder. I wouldn't mind a quality left fielder who could then make Cerulli a DH and then maybe pick up another outfielder to help him out because he struggles a bit when facing left-handed pitching, but not by a huge amount. He's just not nearly as good. Brandon Harper turned out to be fine. I still do want to give Nargiso a chance to be our starting second baseman, but that might take him a while. Potentially. Like, Nargiso is clearly a better hitter than Harper, and he's not a bad defender. He just didn't get a chance to show what he could do. So that might be another avenue we take. I'm also in the market for at least one top quality reliever and one good starter. I think those are the other two things I'd like to get. We have a lot of items on our laundry list. Let us go ahead and jump through some awards and see if we win any. What did I even offer you a contract for? I'll give you $120,000. I don't care. It's not my money. And yes, probably by overpaying coaches the way that I tend to do, I'm probably causing some other issues, but here we go. Yeah, Chris Taylor might be overpaid. This might be a bad risk, but I don't think it will be. A bunch of one-year deals have been signed, which is great. Good. Our minors are also getting a little bit thin, especially the high minors. Now, we've got some intriguing prospects, but they're all fairly far down. That could be something to be concerned about. JD, just go fuck yourself. I'm not bringing you back, because I know what you're looking for. You're looking to get a better job, not more money. So, you can go to hell. Just straight away, right to hell. And let's grab this this guy right here, this Kevin Abel. He seems able. You know you love it. MVP announced. I'll probably get, like, I wouldn't be shocked if we got a Silver Slugger for Garay. Really? I got a Gold Glove for Clinton Daly, and Joe won one for the Pirates. That's pretty cool. You suck. Why did I get notified about this? Oh, Carl Verrocchio is on my short list. Why did I shortlist him? I wonder if he's... Yeah, I think I tried to sign him. Yeah, this is a stupid trade. Gulls. Like, I'm not saying Joe Justice isn't quite a good pitcher, but Verrocchio could be like a multi-time All-Star, and I wouldn't give that up lightly. So I think you've made a grievous error here, Columbus. I'm not saying Joe Justice isn't a great pitcher, but I'm just saying I think you spent your resources poorly. Who the hell won Silver Slugger at first base, and how are they better than Gray? Let's see here. Come on. Really? No. My God. No, I take that back. You just slug it 616. Sigh. Big earth-shattering sigh. I don't have a lot of this year money to play with, so this is another reason this year might be a bit more of a pause year, where we try to make good deals, but we don't necessarily go all in on any one particular player. Maybe there'll be some quality international free agents. That would be nice. Like, I know we can't afford him, but let's just bask in the glory of Sergio Lara for a moment and then recognize that that's not happening. Alright. So, has this updated the salaries? It has. Good. So, one interesting decision. We'll talk, Tommy. We'll talk, but not for that much. I've actually got quite a bit to play with. Yeah, Daly doesn't want to be locked up, which is fair. So I've got how much money? I've got 33 million to play with. Eventually the owner might fire me because, look, dude, I don't care that you want profit. I'm winning you world championships. Back the fuck off. Okay? Just back off. Anyway. Right. So, let's remind ourselves of our shopping list. Center field, maybe left field. Starting pitcher, quality reliever. That's what we're looking at. Hello, Jared Gilbert. I mean, 1.7 million. Why are you saying starting lineup? Oh, you also think of yourself as a hitter too? Alright, friends. Let's go ahead and begin by looking at center field. And this market quickly just vanishes, right? I ain't spending $23 million to bring Jeff Pierce back. As cool as that might be, that seems like a waste of money. I want to try to get good deals where I can. Kurt O'Sullivan. Thoroughly unremarkable. Friends, nobody here is exciting me at center. Let's check out left. Yeah, friends, I just don't see anybody here that signing would make any difference for. It just doesn't do it for me. Let's check starting pitching. Surely there's a decent 1 or 2 year starter to be had. Hello, David Alcantara. I will offer you $2 million. You seem to be worth that. Let's check out the bullpen market. Former Pirate Joe Burton looking to get paid. I respect the hustle, but you're not getting that money from me. Man, Jared Gilbert keeps coming up. He even used to be a pitcher for Pittsburgh. Like, it just seems like their weird decision to let him play the field is what's hurting him. I would bring him on strictly as a pitcher. So let's go ahead and offer him. Yes, this is my favorite kind of contract. The kind where I don't have to spend much money on it. And sure, why not offer Dave Espinosa a minor league deal? He might like it. It's old friend of the Pirates, Nate Brooks, is still pitching, believe it or not. Yeah, $3.6 million seems a bit high for him. I think that's it, guys. I really don't see any point in... Like, a 1-year deal for Jeff Pierce would probably make us a better team, but I can also just run it back with Cerulli in left. I mean, he's not that bad in left field. And I want to give him a full season to just show us what he can do offensively. Because that's where he's going to hang his hat. I mean, I guess he was pretty bad in left, but nonetheless. Then again, we have a bigger issue, which is that Avila cannot be in the starting lineup at this point. He can't be. He's not good enough. And I'm definitely not going to let him be the DH. Then again, I could just put Luis Gonzalez in left field. And then Cerulli moves to DH, and that gives Wolf another year of development in AAA. Like, he's going to be a special hitter, but he's not there yet. I think he's very close, though. And I think letting him at least start the season in AAA will help him build up his ability to hit for contact. Yeah, I mean, Luis Gonzalez isn't, like, the most incredible player in human history, but he's a better left fielder than Cerulli, that's for damn sure. I guess I can look at the free agent left fielders again. I guess here's my question. Signing Jeff Pierce would definitely make us a better team. 100% would make us a better team. And it would only cost me $23 million, and I've got plenty of money in the bank. I've heard of worse 1-year stopgaps. But then again, he's also very limited in that he can't hit left-handed pitching, like, at all, which means I need to get a platoon guy for him. Jesus Rosas is kind of in the same boat. Joe Dart is really good defensively, but his offense leaves a lot to be desired. I've also got this Jim Hughes guy who I've never noticed until right now. I could also trade somebody like a Jeff Hughes, for instance, to try to get a better left fielder out of it. I just don't see the point in buying Jeff Pierce. I really don't. I don't think Jeff Pierce takes us from good team to World Series champion. So I don't think it's a good use of money. Plus, if I spend a bit less money this offseason, my owner won't be quite as bitchy with me. Plus, I might get a good one in the Rule 5. I didn't think of that. Or, like, there's tons of opportunities where you can make the right call and grab a pretty decent player in the Rule 5 draft. I'm not looking for anyone to be, like, the greatest player in human history. I'm just looking for a decent left fielder. Okay. CJ Abrams deserves some love, I think. Yeah, Kemp Alderman is a really good hitter in terms of power, but I just don't see voting for him. Not this year, anyway. Alex Big Stud Balatico. I don't hate him, but again, I'm not really feeling all that excited by him. The most important person on the ballot. Boom. Right there. Garrett Gunnels. Put him in the hall, guys. Don't be a coward. I'll try for Carlos Correa. Like, I don't think he doesn't deserve it. I just think he's getting shut out for some unknown reason. Mike Hutner. He seems reasonable, but again, I can't be that excited about that. Drew Jones. I'll throw a vote to Gavin Lux. I think that's worthy. I will definitely vote for Mike Marion. I think he is an excellent player and worthy of the vote. I will vote for Pache. I don't think it's going to matter, though. Frankly, I'm surprised Isaac Pretis isn't in already. That is a bit weird. Gil Rice? Meh. Mike Staley is worthy of a vote, in my opinion. I think that's a fair thing to say. Anybody else here I need to vote for? Can I use my extra spots to vote for him even more? I could give Mike Hutner a vote. I don't mind, and I've got an open slot, and I'd rather fill it if there are truly good players to be voted for. I don't know what it's going to take. I do like Corbin Carroll, actually. I like a guy who's got a 374 on base percentage. It's very sexy to me. This has just not been a great few years for pitchers. Like, no, I will vote for Manny Aponte instead. And I got rid of Mike Staley, not Mike Marion. Yeah, we've got to vote for at least one pitcher. Alright, voters, do the right thing. Garrett Gunnels needs to go in on the first ballot. He is the greatest player you've ever seen. Honestly, if anyone gets elected this cycle, it'll probably be Garrett Gunnels. Because I do think he stands pretty far apart from the other players that are on the ballot right now. And the longer it takes, the higher the probability that that he's going to get stuck on one of those like really loaded classes where he can't be a big-time player. That's right, you saved that database. Why? How much are they offering him? I'm looking for a major league contract with following terms, a minor league contract. What you want is what's called a major league contract. Maybe you want a minor league with a major league option here? I think he really wants a major league contract, and to be quite frank, I don't know that I'm willing to give him that. Like, he'd be a useful thing to have, but not enough to spend, like, $1.2 million on him. Yeah, I just don't see a real reason to invest heavily in free agency this year. Hey, when did I turn on draft pick trading? I guess it's always in there. Nope. Mm-mm. How much did you actually get? You literally got a minor league contract. Oh, you got a decent option, a bonus out of it. Yeah, I don't think so. Like, I'm not saying that Gamma is any good, because he's not. But Noboa might be, if we just give him some time to develop, so I don't think this makes sense to me. Okay, brilliant David Alcantara. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh, right, it's that stupid screen, isn't it? Here, give me waivers DFA. There you go. Done. I feel really good with getting David Alcantara. I think it's going to make our rotation much more formidable. I think that was a very good signing. And I definitely don't want to lose Jared Gilbert either. Can I get, please, waivers? Oh, no, he's already signed, hasn't he? Let's just promote you straight away to the majors. But let me make this clear, Gilbert. You're not hitting anymore. You're here to be a reliever, not a mediocre offensive performer. I've got plenty of those. What I don't have is pitchers with your kind of stuff. So you are no longer a two-way player. You're going to be a reliever the whole time. Yeah. Because you're actually a really good pitcher. I just don't know why they decided to just keep you as a left fielder at this point, because you actually still have quite a bit to offer pitching-wise. Okay. Let us advance to the Rule 5. I could probably grab another reliever and probably grab another outfielder. I'm going to send down a couple people just to open up spots. Lawson... Pulsifer, Grattencord. That gives me 2 spots to grab Rule 5 picks with. Let's see who's around. Sam Reese is a talented hitter, and my God, he cannot play at all. Jimmy Harris. I've got a lot of players like him. I don't really feel any desperate need. I don't love your control and movement issues. Same thing for you. Yeah, I think I'm just out. I don't think I'm going to bother with this one. I think if there were any decent players in the Rule 5, I think they would have been taken earlier. Alright, Hall of Fame voting results. Kind of a quiet off season, but I think until we get more certainty, I don't think there is an easy solution to what we find ourselves in right now, which is just a bunch of money tied up in, frankly, underperforming players. Really? Really? You let Manny Aponte into the Hall of Fame, but not Garrett Gunnels. This is an outrage, sir. An outrage. I demand a recount. Wow, Cole Young could even make it 2 years in the ballot. Yikes. I guess that makes sense. Guys, Garrett Gunnels is way better than Kemp Alderman. The fact that they have roughly the same vote totals is quite frankly an insult. And before you ask, 1000%, he's going in the Hall of Fame one way or the other, in my opinion. If I have to, I will. Oh, that's how you delete all messages. That's right. Cool. Alright, well, that just ruined my entire off-season. I'm kidding. Or am I? I am. I'm sorry the fans are sad, but look at his stuff. He's clearly not the same pitcher. I think I made the right call. I hope you enjoy your time in Colorado and giving up like 75 home runs every 3 seconds. What is it about the Pirates and the Colorado connection? It seems like we keep trading for their players and everything. It's pretty wild. Okay, Robbie Isbell is a reasonably good left fielder. But I can probably do better. And I do think the trade market is the best place for me to fill either left field or center field. Let's quickly check the trade block. I mean, Kevin Cranston just doesn't have a role on this team, but otherwise that does sound kind of neat. Rory Gratton. It's only 1 year. Who or what would I need to offer you to get some Rory Gratton in my life? What does everyone love Chris Batwell? That is such a random preference. Like, I want one of the best players on your team, or Chris Boutwell. Like, what the fuck? You're not secretly an offensive god or anything. Sure? Will you eat part of his salary, I wonder? Yes. Let's do this. Let's get a player for free for a pitcher I wasn't going to keep anyway. Cool. Cool story. Didn't expect that. What the hell? Okay. Like, I'm not calling him flawless or anything, but for the low price of $0, I think we can find a role for a player of his caliber. Oh my god. Wow. And the fact that, like, I want this really crappy player. No thanks. No WCB for me. I wish the USA all the luck in the world, but... Whenever we could get a center fielder. Like, that's wild, I know. But I hadn't anticipated having extra budget room because I got a left fielder for free. Like, wow, dude. Wow. Preseason time. Is anyone offering a quality center fielder on the trading block? If you will. I mean, it's what it says on the tin. Joey Fine is fine. I think we're better off just using Stanzel and Saunders in some combinations. We'll just go registering training. Why sign Jeff Pierce when you can get a player that's almost as good as Jeff Pierce for absolutely no money? That's wonderful news. Good work, new team trainer. I will give you one shiny dollar bill as a tip. You'll offer me the majesty of Jake Ingram, who sucks. Like, yes, Zach Runyons is also not good, but meh. Actually, I will tell you there's somebody I do want to trade. And that's going to be Big Jim Hughes. I think Jim Hughes has a very... No, I'm not going to trade him yet. I'm going to hang on to him, and we're going to see if someday he does make the majors. In a big way. A regular Jose, not a regular Joe. Although the names are quite similar. I kind of wouldn't hate getting one more reliever, but I might check the waiver wire on opening day and see if I can snag one that way. Because, yeah. I just don't see the sense in investing resources when I could just try to grab a reliever off waivers. Oh, Avila Speed is now too. Joe is getting a tiny bit worse in a couple of ways, so that is not ideal, obviously. But we'll figure it out. Alright, my friends. any other interesting players who deserve a shot in spring training? You can go to spring training. I'll give Jim Hughes some spring training reps. I don't mind. Tommy Harris and Josh Salinas can get some spring training reps. Montez Dioca can get some spring training reps, I guess. I'm going to offer Jose Herrera, Ray Samano, and Esteban Troni some spring training reps. Maybe Sean Rowe. Sean. There we go. Really? You would DH? I mean, I guess I don't mind either way, but that is a bit strange. And it looks like you have Avila riding the pine, which makes sense to me. We're going to go to 6-man rotation. You know, I completely forgot about Caleb Bautista. That's pretty funny. Yeah, that's what's happening. Okay. Let us, my dear friends, get some spring training in. Let us train all the things and all the strings. That's 4 weeks for Andy Diaz. I don't really care. We don't seem to be scoring much in spring training. I'm noticing we're not putting together a lot of runs, which is obviously not great. Okay. You got a lot of room to improve, Mr. Otis Wolf. Okay. All right. So let's start making cuts and so forth to the spring training roster. Let's start with the easy stuff. Virgil Hill goes on the 60-day IL. As does Jim Gender. Easy peasy. Oh, that's why. Yeah, it's because I had Cerulli set like that, didn't I? That was kind of silly of me. Oh, fine. I'll put him on the IL, and then I'll send him to spring training once he's healthy. Gruttencourt definitely doesn't make the team. How many pitchers do I have? I have 14. I'm going to get rid of, I think, 2. So Pulsifer to the minors, and probably Spellman to the minors. That seems fair. So, I do have an embarrassment of riches at the position of starting pitcher. So you might ask yourself, does that mean you're going to trade? It doesn't mean I'm going to trade. Instead, especially since David Alcantara had who actually would be the best one to start off in long relief? Oh, you know, Bautista, I think we're going to start him in the bullpen. Just for now. Just to strengthen his arm a bit, and then we'll put him in the rotation when we get an opportunity. Ben Toronto is really good at striking people out. I think it's kind of a waste to have him as just a long reliever. Montour is going to be our lefty specialist, but also do some long relief. I guess we're going to try Jared Gilbert as closer. 8th plus because he's got really good stamina. And then who's going to be my other setup guy? And just give me pitching potential, or not potential, sorry, pitching ratings. Probably Greg Weld. No, Mike Terhar. I like that movement. I think that makes him a good choice to be a setup dude. So that's what we're gonna do. No, I'll just use middle relievers. I'll only have one setup guy. And just use the rest can just be whatever role they need to be in. And don't worry, I'm definitely going to check the waiver wire and try to grab one more really good reliever if we can grab one. So, this leaves me with 13 position players that need to go. So Jose Herrera, easy choice. I will let him go to Double A though. No, I'll let him go to High A. That's fine. He can work on his baseballing skills. Otis Wolf, I think, needs another year in Triple A. Harris, Salinas, both go to the minors. Josh Watson, I think I need to send you to the minors. I keep using you because I just use you, and I'm not convinced that that's the best use for your talents. Okay, I got a whole piss pot of outfielders, so let's get them back into the minors. Minors. Okay, center field. Montez de Oca is clearly the best center fielder that I've got in terms of defense. And it even hit okay in Double A. I think there's something to be said for keeping him on the roster at the expense of Chris Lewis. Sorry, Luis Gonzalez. I know you hate me, but no. I probably have too many infielders, actually. I could probably get rid of one more of these. Harper's a bit more polished than Nargiso, who never did get a full year in AAA. I think I'm going to let him play in AAA. And if something happens to Harper, then I'll call him up. Okay, I still got to get rid of 2 outfielders, though. So here's the question. Is Nate Stansel obviously the starting center fielder? He definitely has the glove for it, but he is a fucking awful hitter. He's just the worst. And the thing is, Montez de Oca is a better hitter than Stansel. Sanders is a better hitter than Stansel. Gama is a better hitter than Jose's Nate Stansel. The fact he is an incredible defender, I don't think makes up for the fact we just can't trust him to hit regularly. And if Stanzel's what we're looking for in a backup, that just seems like a bad fit. I'm going to try to trade him for some prospects. And let's see if I can get anything useful out of him. I mean, these guys don't look incredible, but Stanzel's not very good. Let's look for a single player at any position, and let's see what might be offered for Stansel. Anybody in the 50s or higher. I could get another catcher that can't catch. I've already got quite a few of those, though. Gabe Jones seemed like he'd be a wonderful choice. Right now, he's winning the field there. Kevin Hendricks is a great first baseman. I just frankly don't have anywhere to put him. I don't really need another catcher. Josh Williams isn't a good enough center fielder. We could bring back old friend Mike Brunmeyer, but why would I do that when I can get the other guy way cheaper? I don't need a starting pitcher. Yeah, I'm going to grab that one guy that has the minor league option. Gabe Jones. It is not a steep price. Stanzel isn't that great. And then we're going to instantly promote him to the big league roster. Where'd he go? Oh, he's on a minor league contract, isn't he? Isn't he? Yeah, I'm just going to flat out promote Gabe Jones. And then I will send down somebody. Are you a lefty, Gabe Jones? You are not. I like Toronto better than Montour. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try to sneak Montour through waivers. Gotta get rid of one more outfielder. So the question is, who is going to be the starting day center fielder? It's not going to be Gama. So it's either going to be Montez de Oca or it's going to be Nate Sanders. Sanders is potentially the better hitter, but Montez de Oca is a much better fielder. I think both of them stay on the roster, though. I don't really see a scenario in which I don't keep them both. I could send on Luis Gonzalez, but I kind of like having the extra bat. The extra really competent corner outfielder. who is also a pretty good hitter. I think we pass Jose Gama through waivers and see if he makes it. So Montez de Oca, you make the roster. Congratulations. We should be at... Why do I have 14 position players and only 12 pitchers? That seems wrong. Is it though? Is it wrong to carry 6 outfielders at the expense of another reliever? Yes, it is. Give me Montour back, please. Yeah, that's a mistake. I might pay for that one. I could also just promote Damari Wells, though, who is also a lefty. Yeah, I will send down Luis Gonzalez. He's going to hate me for it, but he'll get over it. And then Wells is going to be the 13th pitcher. Gabe Jones, you're going to be middle relief, long relief. And you're going to be my anti-lefty guy. And middle relief. Because I don't think you're terrible against right-handed pitching. You're just not quite as good. So, let's do some lineup setup. And then I need to go to the depth charts and clear all those as well. Can you actually hit? Stop this two-way player nonsense. You're a crappy hitter. Alright. So we're going to look at batting ratings. And we're going to start thinking about where to put certain players in the lineup. Garay, Gratton, and Pozo are in some combination 1 through 3. I feel pretty strongly about that. Probably Gratton, Pozo, Garay. I think that seems smart. We'll do that. Gratton is a righty, but he hits righty-handed pitching just as well. Pozo and Garay. And yes, I will acknowledge Garay is a better hitter than Pozo, but I like having that elite power a little bit deeper in the lineup so that there's a better chance that the home runs will be a lot bigger if he does hit home runs. All right. Batting cleanup is Joe. Yes, Joe, then Cerulli, and I'm going to take Cerulli out of the field. I'd rather he focus on hitting, so he will be the hitter that is designated. Then Chris Taylor. Then Clint Daly. Then probably Harper, then Dioka. I think that makes sense. Ooh, dang, we're getting some thunder. All right, Andres Avila, you're backing up at catcher, you're backing up at first base, and I'll even let you back up at designated hitter. I also trust you to be a fairly competent pinch hitter, so you can have that role as well. Taylor has had some injury issues in the past. let's go ahead and start Avila once every 10 games just to make sure that Taylor has plenty of rest. Once every 10 games would be 16 starts. I don't think that's that bad. Plus, it gets us a little bit more out of Avila. Number one backup in the infield, I think, will be Cullum, because while neither one of them can hit, Cullum is really, really good with the glove. Outfield is going to be Nate Sanders at all three positions. And I'm also going to let Cerulli be a backup in the corners. In fact, that's how we're going to do that. I think it's more importantly to get Cerulli in the field every day or so, than to just have Sanders try to cover every position all the time, because I think he'd very quickly get tired out. And then Mr. Sanders will also be the tertiary DH. In terms of pinch hitting, definitely Sanders. And then Brandon and Cullum can be pinch runners, I guess. I wish we had one more decent offensive bat off the bench. I do think that is a weakness of this team, but as long as I'm carrying 13 pitchers, I'm kind of trapped. How bad was Gilbert hitting? You know what? He's just decent enough that I like the idea of having him be a two-way player after all, but only have him be two-way in the sense that he can be a backup or a pinch hitter. So I will unlock you as a two-way player. Just because it gives me more flexibility, and that's always something that we're trying to achieve as a team. This gives me another pinch hitter and a bit more depth if we need it. He's also a decent base sealer, so I can definitely see him being a pinch runner as well. So I'm going to copy both of these, and we're just going to paste it straight through. Now, Mr. Johnny Cerulli is not nearly the same hitter against left-handed pitching. But Nate Sanders is also terrible against left-handed pitching. Gilbert is pretty good against left-handed pitching, actually. So you know what we're gonna do? Or I could just let Avila be the DH against left-handed pitching. No, he's actually way better against righties. That's interesting. So what we're gonna do is this. I'm gonna bump, because really is like dreadful against left-handed pitching, right? Yeah, he's not very good at all. He can be a backup, but I think our best bet is actually to let Gilbert be the DH against left-handed hitting. Because he's actually pretty decent at that. And then Cerulli becomes the backup at DH. And Cerulli can be a pinch hitter. Okay. I think that's our opening day lineup. Oh, Mr. Wells, I need to add you to the 40-man. There we go. I do want to try to grab one more reliever if I can. Oh, no. Enjoy him, Albuquerque. I hope he is better for you than he ever was for me. Because you're in the NL West, so I don't care. I could have just traded Gamma in hindsight, but I was hoping he might slip through. Alas, that doesn't seem to be happening, though. Alright, friends, let us quickly check the waiver wire. And then we will conclude the episode. There are many interesting players on the waiver wire. Okay. Like whom? Nah. I think I feel relatively good about our team as is. I don't think I'm going to bother with claiming anyone on waivers. So, a fair bit of transition, but not by as much as I expected. We do have a new left fielder who, I say this once again because it never stops being funny, I am paying $0 for. Oh no, if he makes the All-Star team, I have to give him $75,000. Oh my god. Game, please. Oof. We will have a chat after the season, maybe. Pozo's back, Garay is back, Zhou is back, Cerulli has a much bigger role. And we're going to see if he can continue to improve. Taylor's back at catcher, Daly's back at shortstop, Harper is back at second. We also have new center fielder Jesus Montes de Oca, who looks like he's going to be a really good center fielder. And I think he's going to hit better than Gamma or Stansfield ever would have. So I think he's fine for that. We've still got a tremendous rotation, upgraded by David Alcantara. So good that Caleb Bautista is actually not even starting right now. But if a pitcher gets injured... Oh. Huh. Did I always know that, or did I just miss it? That Caleb Bautista's changeup is gone. Which means he's actually better suited to be a reliever anyway. Really. And hey, I got the man for like less than $2 million, so I don't care how he actually pitches. I'm fine to leave him like that for now, but that may be a more interesting path for him, would be to transition into a full-time reliever and see if we can get an elite reliever that way. A lot of shakeups in the bullpen, with Gilbert, our new closer. Gabe Jones acquired from Albuquerque, and converted into a full-time reliever. Damari Wells called up from the minors to be our lefty specialist, our lefty killer. And only Sorrentino, Toronto, Turhar, and Weld left. So, I feel reasonably good about this season. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that we're definitely going to win the World Series or anything, but I think getting back to the playoffs is very realistic. And if Avila can show that he's improved at least a little bit, I might give him a bit more of a pinch hit role. But let's be realistic. I'm opting out of his contract. Not even a pause. And unless he agrees to come back for like $2 or $3 million, I will find a way to make him work then. But I ain't paying him millions of dollars to be a backup catcher. So, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please remember, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more OOTP action twice a week. Likes are always appreciated. Feel free to comment. And share your thoughts about the ability to get a starting caliber left fielder for no money and a bad player. I don't. I guess Vegas does like their gambling, don't they? Until next time, my friends, this has been Outguardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.